Welcome back, beautiful people, to another tremendous day of CS2 case market coverage. And today we're going to be coming at you guys with a little bit of a different video. We haven't seen a ton of movement on the market today, so I just figured we'd do. And you will see some things have moved, but this is only because we are in the middle of the day, which is typically offloading hours. In the middle of the North American day is when we see the really prices drop on a lot of these during the daytime because offloaders are selling their cases, but they do generally always go back up by the nighttime where they will stay stable to whatever their genuine price is set to around. But we're going to be ignoring prices today and getting into the case investing guide. I tell you guys all the time about where the market's going. I don't talk about how to get into it specifically and what you should be doing to get into the market. So we're not going to be wasting any more of your time. And we're going to jump right into that today. So the first point in getting into the CS2 case market is to only, in my opinion, this is my recommendation, but only be investing in rare cases. Now, there's only about 5 cases that are not rare, and once cases are moved to the rare drop pool, we've never seen them be returned to the active drop pool. So that's what makes them such a good investment. And in the rare drop pool, they do still drop, like all of these cases are rares. Uh, they do still drop. However, the thing about that is it's at like such an incredibly low rate. Like only 1% of players get a rare drop per year that play the game. And of those 1%, it's evenly spread out between all of the rare cases. So there's like per year, like maybe like it's a very low number getting dropped for each of these cases, and it's nowhere near enough to satiate the market. So we'll just continue to see it climb and climb and climb, even on cases like the glove case over here that were like technically this still is a rare drop, so it technically still drops. You still over its lifetime only see it continue to grow and grow, but just because they're dropped at such low rates, that's never going to be satiating the market. So the first thing is to only invest in rare cases. Now, you want to ask what cases are rare. That really would just be asking which ones aren't rare. And the only ones in the active drop pool right now are the Revolution case, the Recoil case, the Fracture case. Let me see. The Kilowatt case. The Kilowatt case is still in the active drop pool as well. Again, I said Fracture, Recoil, Revolution, Kilowatt, and the Dreams and Nightmares are still dropping. So these are the ones I generally won't give too much advice on investing into, just because really we don't know exactly where they're going to be going, and it depends on when they get removed from the active drop pool, when they'll be shooting up. So I don't like to get too much into those prices just because you can't guarantee that it's going to continue to fly up endlessly. Now, the next tip on this list for you guys is to buy from third-party sites. Now, while I cover the Steam market every day and we go ahead and see, the crazy the price fluctuations in all these cases and whatnot, and see the people dropping off their investments every single day, and we watch how the market moves, doesn't mean this is necessarily where you should be buying your money, spending your money or buying your cases. This is like just generally where the market is sitting. The Steam market is a general indicator of where the prices you can think of them to sit at, just because they do fluctuate so much from third party site to third party site. But that's the big point, is to invest in these cases on the third party sites, because you can get them for significantly cheaper. Like if you're looking at like the CS20s, you want to go ahead and get in on these while you can. Uh, it's going to be like about maybe almost half price on a third party site buying it directly from the seller. So you can get it at a much cheaper price than you would on the Steam market. And we're still going to be seeing those climb up. And it's not just the CS20, it's any of these cases like the Falchions, I think, on a third party site are maybe 60, 80 cents or something like that. So you can get them for way discounted on these third party sites right now, though they're going to be climbing there too over time. Um, but that's what I recommend. You can get them for much cheaper than you would on the Steam market. So that is point number 2 to keep in mind. Now, the next big point is that you have to understand your waiting period on these investments. You cannot be getting into these expecting like within 6 months to a year to have doubled, triple your money, because that's just not going to happen, and it's not a realistic expectation to hold. And if you come ahead and look at cases like the Revolver case, I think is always a good one to look at, in terms of these, like not quite down to the $1 range, but not quite up to the $3, $4 range. This is just your average, pretty well performing case over time. And if you look at where it's done on its lifetime, it's continued to just go up and up and up and up. And that's what every single case takes on these trajectories. But if you go ahead and say, like, oh, I'm going to buy into these because it's going to be, I think it's going to be $4 by the end of the year, which could be very, very true. I mean, the real price of these is sitting at around 290 something. Again, I don't like filming during the daytime because we do see big price fluctuations during the day, and it's hard to get a real tell on what the actual price is. This is not the actual price; it's actually pretty cheap right now, which is why in my past video I did recommend, if you are going to buy from the Steam market, to only do it during the North American daytime, because that is generally when we see prices at the cheapest. But even a case like this, like say in a year you think it's going to be $4 and you're going to make so much money, so then you're just going to flip all your cases again. That's cool. That's a nice thought, but you're going to lose so much money of from the like sales fee that the site that you sell it on takes off the top. You're just going to lose so much. So you have to wait a longer time to where it's going to be like a significant gain, and that type of percentage off the top isn't going to really matter to you. But if you like make 20% on these, and then whatever site you sell it on takes five, and then it takes an extra five to move your money or whatever percent, you're not making a ton of money, and I don't think that's the best way to be investing right now. In my opinion, this is the real advice here. If you're getting into this market, you're going to have to want to be in for at minimum 2 years to 4 years. Now, by that time, by the end of the 4 years, I think we're going to be seeing high, high gains on a lot of these cases. If you go ahead and look at where any of these chromas or any of these mid-tier price cases were about 4-ish years ago, you're going to go ahead and see they were themselves around the $1-ish range, 130, even under a dollar, where these current rare $1 cases are. I believe these are going to be in the place of possibly um, these sort of more mid-tier price cases within 2 to 4 years. Could be 2 years that we see these $1 cases now up to this range. Could be 4 years. Again, I can't say for sure. I'm not a psychic, but I think this is the range we're going to want to be investing in if you're getting in on these lower price cases, so that you can see maybe an almost quadrupling of your money, maybe tripling of your money or something by that time. And again, there's still going to be seller fees taken off the top, but you're still making a significant amount of money by the time you offload these cases if you get enough for these lower prices, and take advantage of that higher percent change on these lower price cases on the $1, $2 cases right now. So that ties into my fourth point, is that these are the cases I mostly recommend investing in. I generally say anything under $3 I think is the best investment for right now. Again, I think if you get into any of these cases for investing, these medium priced cases like these $3, $4 cases, I think that's still not a bad investment, and I still think that these are going to climb. But I think maybe by 2 to 4 years, the max that we'll see these get to is probably, in my opinion, probably maximum around $8. So if you think about it on these, you're going to be seeing about at maximum maybe about double your money by 2 to 4 years. And on these, you could be seeing triple to maybe quadruple your money in 2 to 4 years, and maybe more than that after the 4 year point. With these lower priced rare cases right now, they're still sitting at about a dollar. They won't be a dollar forever, and they're going to keep moving as every case does. You go ahead and look at any case, they all take the same trajectory when they become rare cases, just because there's a limited amount and they continue getting opened every single day. So that's why my recommendations lie in these lower price cases. Now, with the last point, this is one that I like to harp on a lot, but it's true. Patience is key. With all of these cases, we see climbs and we see drop-offs, and if at any of the drop-offs you decide, oh man, the market's in the dump, I'm gonna sell my cases, you'd be wrong, and it will always shoot back up. It does with all of these cases. I mean, if you were a holder of these like Chroma 2s or something per se, over time, and you saw, oh shoot, man, we're in the dump right now. We were just at 323, now it's all the way down to 230, almost a dollar below what it was, however long that time period was, like 6 months or something like that. Wow, man, the market's just going to keep going down. I might as well sell. Well, you would have lost out on a lot of money that you would have been seeing right now when it climbs back up, because it always climbs back up, folks. The market is determined on basically how many investors have how many cases and who's willing to offload at a certain time. But eventually, all of those cases disappear as they get open, and the price will slowly, slowly creep up and up and up, where we see it today on some of these older cases like the glove case, the breakout case, all of these cases. Um, I think we can expect a similar trajectory from all of these rare cases, especially these ones that are in this middle tier price range to be reaching this upper tier price range in about 2 to 4 years. Same thing with these lower priced cases to the medium price range tier. So that's really it for this guide, guys. Again, patience is key. That is my final point. When you see drops, do not panic. Just hold for the long term. Again, this is not a 6 month investment. So if you see it go down for 2 months straight or something, and you're like, wow, this sucks, I'm gonna hop out, then you could probably are losing yourself a lot of money because this is a I say longer term, but 2 to 4 years is not a long-term investment if you're talking about the actual stock market. In terms of cases, you could maybe call it that, sure, I guess, but I think it's not. I think that's a normal investment. So if you're getting into this, that is, again, one of the biggest points. You're going to want to be in this for at least 2 to 4 years or longer if you want to see significant gains on these cases. But anyways, thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate you all for being a part of this channel, for coming out and hearing my information I had to give you guys today. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are feeling about this all, what you're feeling about the case market right now, what you've got going on with your investments in the case market. But thank you guys for all coming out, and I'll see you guys again later. Peace out.